If you have a difficult time waking up and breaking the habit of thinking the same thoughts over and over, if you open your eyes and immediately start spiraling into the brain, into the world, into yesterday, and what's going to happen today, and it's based on the fears of what you think you need to or what you can't control, of all of the odds that are stacked against you, of all of the effort that you have to put in, of all of the things that seem to defy your ability to just live the life that you want to live, then this tarot reading message is for you. We've got the Eight of Swords, the Devil reversed, and the King of Pentacles reversed. And what this says to me immediately is to liberate yourselves from mental slavery. The Eight of Swords is a card that refers to feeling trapped when you're not really trapped. If you take a close look at the knit that's been woven around this needle, it looks like that needle's held in a straitjacket, but it's a straight needle. It could just pop right out of there. The only thing keeping it there is it being in the position that it's in, but if it was pulled upward, if it just hopped right out of there, it could be free. And this is easier said than done when we're talking about exiting the mental loop. But the first step is the awareness that it shows here in the Eight of Swords. Look at the situation. Instead of looking at the situation that your brain has told you you're in, because the King of Pentacles and the Devil together as a combined archetype is one that literally traps you in the physical. It traps you looking at the physical, air quotes, reality of everything that's around you. And it also traps you into the linear time thinking, the if-then, the cause and effect type of mentality that the physical world usually prides its rules and laws and abilities upon. But the swords is a mental energy, and this is actually the exit. Because if we're really smart, if we really learn to use the mental energy to our advantage instead of allowing us to trap it, we can use it in a line of questioning like this. Am I really trapped by this? What do I think I really have to do today? If I don't do that, what's going to happen today? What's going to happen today if I don't do that thing that I hate doing, that I fear doing, that I don't want to do? And maybe that's not your exact situation. What would happen if I stopped holding it all together today? What would happen if I said no today? What would happen if I stopped making deals with the devil today? What would happen if I just put up my hands and I didn't do any physical anything today? What would happen? Would the whole rest of the world keep moving? Yeah. And I'm not saying this to make you feel unimportant. I'm saying this to remind you that you're not trapped. The world is not on your shoulders. You're not insignificant. You're very significant in your own life. But not if you feel trapped by the rest of the world. Because if you feel trapped, or like you're cajoled, or like somebody else has the authority or the ability to tell you who and how and where you've got to work or work with, or what you've got to do or create or be or sustain all on your own without any help, then you don't know how to be the authority of your own life. And if you're not the authority of your own life, then you can't free yourself from anything that you're trapped in. And if you want to be free from what you've been trapped in, you have to believe yourself powerful enough. You have to believe that you have the authority and the capability, the capacity to actually do something about it. This is the King of Pentacles, the king of the physical world, the king of the physical realm. Of course, it can do something about it. And the devil is just a concept. The devil is a construct. The devil is a name that we assign to those qualities or characteristics that we consider bad and unruly and out of control. The active word mechanism here is control, because if we're not aware, like the Eight of Swords wants us to be, if we're not aware of the potential trap, the devil can control us. But if we're aware of the trap, we see it, we know what it looks like, we know what it feels like when we step in, then we can start to imagine what it feels like when we step around it. We can start to see ourselves stepping around the trap, freeing ourselves from it, and being the king that builds, seeing the devil and its whole workshop and playground and all of the ways it wants to come in. And when the devil says, wow, that looks heavy, are you sure you can do that by yourself? You can say, yep, I'm good. I got it. Don't need your help, because I don't want to be trapped into thinking that I need you, because I don't need you. I don't need the devil. No one needs the devil. And here's the caveat. We don't need the devil as the outside help that comes in and we give our power to by request and exchange. The devil is a part of us. If you are aware of the chariot card, the charioteer with a black horse and a white horse, this is about having both powers within us in our reins. The light magic and the dark magic, the good and the bad, the yes and the no. We need to be able to have authority over both. And that yes and no, I'm going to start referring that way. Instead of light and dark, I'm going to start calling it yes and no, because it's that simple. The darkness isn't bad. It's just hidden. It's just unknown. It's just not yet seen. And that's not bad, because it allows the opportunity for illumination, for enlightenment, like this Eight of Swords. If you didn't think you were trapped, you wouldn't know that you'd want to free yourself. Freedom wouldn't be a wanted, desired thing, but it is, because we know being trapped. This is the dynamics of the duality that plays out, that the devil offers us an opportunity to have an experience of freedom by recognizing its trap. You're not trapped. You're just seeing what the devil matrix demiurge patterning wants you to see as the way you got there and the only ways out, which they control by way of money, hard work, buying in. You have to have the property, the resources, the blah, blah, blah. That's not true. You don't need that for peace. You might need those things for the physical expression of the thing that you need, that you think you need, that's going to give you peace. But newsflash from the King of Pentacles and the Devil in reverse, those things aren't going to give you peace. The new house, the new property, the new job, the different way, the no job, the complete freedom, the whatever. Because if you don't have the mental energy that says, I am free, I am sovereign, I don't need help from the devil, but I will take collaboration from partners, because kings know that they cannot rule by themselves in isolation. There wouldn't even be a kingdom to rule. These are all of these mental energies of strength that we need to have, not to control the devil outside of us, but to be aware and have the devil within our rulership, within us. That's the kingship mentality, however you present gender specific, regardless. This is the kingship mentality. To be the king of your own life, you first need to free yourself, liberate yourself from the idea that it's the physical world that creates your kingdom. It's not. It's your inner world. It's your mental world. It's your ability to cultivate, harness, hold, and exude peacefulness, regardless of what the circumstances are, regardless of the devil wreaking havoc in all of the kingdoms outside of your own. The ability to hold your ground and hold your peace is the most powerful thing that you could develop within yourself. And for each one of us that develops that, holds it, and radiates it outward, this is the elevation of frequency. This is the return of Christedness. This is the resurrection. This is revelation. This is each of us becoming what we've been waiting to come and rescue us, save us, come and rule rightly. That right rulership stems from within. It's up to each of us. And the good news is that's a whole weight off of our individual shoulders, because none of us need to fight the devil on our own. None of us need to become a king and each of us have this full running kingdom to rule. That's not necessary either. We don't have to physically create those things. We just remember ourselves to be that archetype within. And when you're a king, acknowledging other kings around you, there's no fighting for empires and domination. We respect the mutual kingship that we all hold, and we just live and let live and rule in right relationship and collaboration. And if you think that's hard or impossible or there's all these other things blocking you, then you're not getting what I'm saying at all. And if you're hearing what I'm saying and you're hearing the aggression and the power with which I'm saying this, it's because there is literally no barrier at all. If you get this, there's none. And also, this isn't you get this one time, you have this divine revelation, and now you're set for life. The physical King of Pentacles and the devil come in again to say, this is a practice. This is a brick by brick laying. This is you checking your hands of your motives for every brick you lay. This is you checking your speech and what you're saying and thinking about yourself, about the world as you go about your work, lest your mindset revert back to, I have to do this work, or I'm losing something, or I'm trapped in this work because of something outside myself. Because those mentalities mean you're reverting back to something that is not the king. So the ongoing work is being aware of the mentality that says, I can't because of, and then allowing yourself to realize where that devil energy or where that barrier archetype is within you, and then pulling that needle straight out of that little straitjacket. Because you're not crazy. The answer is to embrace the madness that we live in a physical world that looks like it needs physical solutions. But the more that we surrender ourselves to only the physical nature of those solutions, we feel powerless. Stop feeling powerless. That's a game. Pull yourself out of the game. Become aware of it, observe it, write the rules that serve you and the kingdom that you're building, and then play by those rules with integrity. Forever and ever. Amen. That's the whole message. This was meant for someone today. Someone specific or a group of people that's been waiting for this open door of empowerment, because I'm not handing anything here. I feel like I am opening a door to an explanation that you've needed because I needed it. I needed to say it all this way. So I'm grateful for these cards. I'm grateful for the guides that move through me, for the beings that channel this archetypal experience through the story of these cards, because this is the stuff. This is me in my kingship, standing here acknowledging all of the other kings that surround me with my hand on my heart in extreme gratitude for everyone that gets it. Thank you for letting it land and planting it, holding it as a seed that can grow. Because I want to see this energy grow. I want to feel this energy grow. It's time for this energy to grow in all of us. I love you. Take care.